and this is not a spring chicken. Today we're going to talk about, yes, do it yourself, save money. Because part of it is there's a lot of times people, well, actually, I don't know about you, but I like to try and do things myself, not because I'm trying to be difficult, but because on certain things, if you can do it yourself, you can save a lot of money.
Oh God, yeah. Like, okay, in a few minutes we're going to put in an anchor to replace. Okay, what happens is the toilet paper holders were put in when toilet paper rolls weren't as big as the toilet paper rolls are today. Mm-hmm. So what happens is to put the new rolls in, you sit there and unfortunately tear the anchors out that were there before. And we're going to try to show you in a little while how to correct the situation without having to do a whole big paint job and a thing, which isn't really that difficult.
Well, and part of it is the things that we're doing, we're talking about doing it yourself. Now they have on here, this is out of Parade Magazine.
Which we keep telling people, go buy the newspapers, go buy the magazines. The internet is nice, but when these are gone, they're gone forever.
Well, here's part of it is when you go to the internet, you are typically looking for something unless it's a pop-up ad, right? Now here, when you go to the newspaper, a lot of times they do features on things that perhaps you might not have been thinking about.
That's right, because it's not necessarily, they do the same thing on an internet thing. They'll put all of these things off to the side of what you're looking for and hope that you'll pay attention. But here, this is basically all things that are mostly relevant to your community, for instance.
Yeah, so for example, here's Ty Pennington on here saying it's simpler than you think. But part of it is Julie Sussman and Stephanie Glackus-Tanay. And they talk about 10 easy home repairs for under $20. Of course, we're going to add in some of our own things because, well, I like to do things at home.
Oh yeah.
And
this
we have a construction background.
This is $1.60 to fix a bathroom toilet paper roll holder, and it's no comp. I mean, I honestly tell you, you just sit there.
On these easy home repairs, actually show them this example right here.
This is a toilet paper roll holder.
It's one side of it.
It's one side of it. These are
no wonder why. Look at it, busted there.
It busted, yeah, but it still doesn't make any difference because it needed to be over further. So this is this simple. You sit there and take them and do it. But this is something that everybody can do in their home without any effort to it.
Well, and most of the times, all you need, and actually I'm looking at my tool belt, I've got, of course, some goggles in here, which you always need some goggles.
Yeah, you have the Phillips head on that side.
I've got Phillips head.
Okay, that's what I need.
And, of course, you need a Phillips head and a flat.
And a flat screwdriver. And you don't want to overdo, you get what you can handle. That's the whole trick, so, oops. See, this is simple here. Well, I'll sit there and work on this while you're talking to people.
Oh, and part of it is if you're looking at this, this is actually by a company called Pink Tool Belts. I actually did pick it up at one of the gifting suites. And this one is just so much fun.
And it's actually smart to have a tool belt of your own because you can carry, you carry your nails, you carry your odds and ends, you carry your, let's see, what is it? Over here, on the other side.
What are you looking for? Your hammer.
No,
there's your tape measure.
The hammer. You put a hammer in, down there. You put a tape measure in the front. And you put all of this stuff that you need to work with.
Well, I like this one because it's pink and it doesn't look like a guy's tool belt.
Yeah.
This is a little more feminine.
But this is the things you do. This is why, everybody, in my house, the children all had their own little, when you go to the hardware store, they give you these little things with the company's logo on it for like 99 cents. And we would have those. But it's easy. Because you have this, it's simple to put on, you have all of your stuff in one spot at one time. But
that makes it easy. Now, a lot of these easy home repairs, a lot of you may be familiar with it. One is fix a loose door hinge. Now that is really easy because typically all you need in there is a Phillips head.
Yeah.
Okay.
Because a lot of the time, let's just say...
Well, and sometimes those loose door hinges, sometimes the doors need adjustment because of weather changes. It's getting hotter, it's getting colder, right?
Yeah.
If the door is a little bit shaky and you continue letting it be shaky, then maybe you're going to start stripping that hole away.
Okay, basically, it tells you basically to spend a couple of dollars to get a metal mesh repair kit to fix the hole. Well, there's a second way of fixing the hole. What you do is you take a piece of wood from a 2x4, anything you have as a piece of scrap, you sit there and just whack off a piece, and then you sort of push it into the hole, and then you got something to screw up against. That's the simple way of doing it, folks.
You get a toothpick?
No, toothpicks are too small. It's got to be a chunk of wood.
Okay. Replace the central air heat filter. That one's really easy to do. The most important part is you figure out the size that you have, and then you go down to the hardware store.
Well, most of the time what you do is take it out and take it with you.
Well, that makes it
And the oddball thing is they'll sell you a pack of
usually 3 or 4.
3 or 4 filters, and you only need one.
Well, it just kind of goes with the territory.
Yeah, of course you understand that,
What?
I get this stuff is, I'm getting dust over me. What's the next one?
Okay, replace traditional light bulbs. Now
Ah.
that we've been hearing about. Of course, they tell you to replace them with the CFLs.
Yeah,
Now,
but
actually, let me show
the
most of them know what the CFLs
But the problem with the CFLs are, the CFLs are listed as hazardous waste. And that is the problem. What do you do? First of all, if you break one of the beggars, you have to treat it like it's hazardous waste.
Well, part of it is we did a special segment on the compact fluorescent lights for the CFLs and talked about how much they can save you. But here's part of it. This one actually was left on my doorstep, believe it or not, by the LA Department of Water and Power.
Yeah.
Because we wanted to make sure people are using them.
Yeah. And, I frankly think they don't last any longer than normal light bulbs myself.
Well, for you they haven't. They say that supposedly they can last up to 10 times
Okay,
longer.
supposedly a regular light bulb will last like ungodly amount of hours also. They don't. So
But the biggest problem on these is disposal, because
they are listed as hazardous waste.
yeah, they are hazardous waste. So they need to be tossed with your hazardous waste and picked up at certain times, which means if it is no longer good, or if it breaks.
Yeah, then if it breaks, you got to treat it like it's hazardous waste. You got to, like I said, you got to
You have to
clean
use
it.
gloves, you have to aerate the room. In fact,
Right.
actually, that might be good for us to do on being green, because we
Yeah.
did a whole segment on
You
that.
got to wear like a mask, wear gloves, keep everybody away. You got to do the you got to do the brushing, you got to do the vacuum, you got to do the wiping down. You got to be treated like it's hazardous
It's
waste.
hazardous waste.
And that they do when the Democrats, everybody forced that one through. Everybody, it didn't dawn on anybody. See, sometimes, like I said, the road to hell is paved with good intentions. So,
Okay.
but everybody see what I've just sat there and done while she was talking.
Oh, that
It's
was
all
easy
ready to be
do.
put back in the same holes that this thing come out of. The worst that happens if it doesn't exactly fit is that we sit there and take a knife, we undo them, and we sit there and groove them in a little bit so we move
Yeah, I
them
think
over.
it needs to be moved over just a little bit.
Yeah, but that's all you have to
Even
do.
like a quarter of an inch or something.
Yeah,
or
you
eighth
sit
of
there,
an
what
inch.
you do, you start off with, you just take or maybe even a little screwdriver, you sit there and go, and make the hole bigger.
Okay.
Because, see, this covers an area this wide, this only covers an area this wide.
Yeah, that's true.
Yes,
And
it is.
I'm looking at these when they were coming out. They were
That's-
kind of
Yeah, well,
destroyed.
I know, they've been, so, I
Okay.
shouldn't have been able to, I actually just pulled out of the wall, I shouldn't have been able to do that.
Yeah. Next one this is 1, 2, 3, 4. Install ground fault circuit interrupters.
That's,
that one's actually really
well,
easy
actually,
to
we
do.
can show you that when we get to the other bathroom.
Yeah, and
Because
usually
they don't have them in this room.
they're typically in bathrooms, places where there's water.
What is water?
In the pantry. Those are really easy to do because all you really do is you go
Yeah.
buy the piece and then
Yeah.
you go install it at
And
home.
then, most people are scared of electricity. Turn the power off.
That would do it.
Turn the power off. If you turn the power off, in your house, so if you got alarm systems, you can't turn the power off. But you can turn the power, you should know, one of the things you should do is go to your fuse box and check what the power is, the circuit breaker for every room in the house. Because it makes it easier. If you turn the power off to the room that you're putting in the bathrooms, you can easily put it in yourself. There's no major problem. Electrician will do it with the power on. But I recommend that you turn the power off to the room that you're going to do it in.
And you also do it with leather gloves.
Or, gloves so you're not going to
Or
get...
rubber or
I
leather?
use rubber.
Really?
Yeah.
Okay. And also along with those ground fault circuit breakers or interrupters is if you want to put dimmers on any of your lights, those are really easy to do too.
Which we do have,
We actually have one.
I can let you go. Keep it close for you.